to show you how to use the A.R.M.S strategy to revise your work. Remembering that the A is add, the R is remove, the M is move, and the S is substitute. So what this really encourages me to do is to revise my work to make it more interesting or better. So I am going to revise this poem that we wrote in class, that I wrote for class. So what we can see here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this title because this title tells me nothing about my piece of writing. So here what we'll see is I'm going to delete it. I'm going to retitle it later because I'm going to add a better title later. First thing I'm going to do is reread the first stanza. So in the first stanza, I said, the woman who always told me that I could, but first I had to try, the teacher who pushed me to try even when I did not want to, the coach who told me it was time to try something new, all of them who guided me to becoming who I am today. I know for this assignment, I need to show my ability to use descriptive writing, things like adverbs and adjectives. So I'm going to use the add strategy and add some adverbs and adjectives to this. So here I say the woman. I might actually say the kindly woman. Where I have the teacher, I'm going to add a descriptive piece as well. So with the teacher one, the teacher who pushed me to try even when I did not want to, I might say the persistent teacher because they were persistent. And with the coach, I'm going to add the piece, the honest coach. That way I've used some of those adverbs and adjectives and I can highlight that. Now I'm going to take a look at the second stanza. The friend who surrounded us with music and laughter, and the other friend who always made sure we were home on time, and the friends who asked the hard questions, all of them who guided me to becoming who I am today. So what I like here is I like that I've repeated the same line to end each stanza. I like that it shows that I can use repetition. What I don't like is I think that these first three lines of the second stanza aren't very descriptive. So I'm going to actually substitute some words and change some things around. So this line here, it says the friend who surrounded us with music and laughter. I'm going to actually move it around so it begins with this. So I'm going to change it to the melodies and laughter that floated from your heart to mine. And then this line here would say, and the other friend who always made sure we are home on time. I'm going to say, the friends who used their time and voice to keep us all safe. And I think this line here, and the friends who asked the hard questions, I'm going to add the word brave. And the brave friends who asked the hard questions. So to help me with my revisions, I'm going to reread it and see if I need to continue to add, remove, move, or substitute. So the melodies and laughters that floated from your heart to mine, the friends who used their time and voice to keep us all safe, and the brave friends who asked the hard questions, all of them who guided me to becoming who I am today. All right, I think it's better. I might, as I continue on, I might still change some things. That second line is still not quite right, so I might go back and change it. So that's if I'm using the A.R.M.S strategies. I've added, removed, moved, and substituted, all in the name of making my writing more interesting or better. The other thing I can use is use cups. Cups is when I can check for capitalization, word usage, punctuation, and spelling. So for example, I notice here I do not have a period at the end of my stanza. I'm going to add that. I've started each line with a capital letter, and I have ended each line with a period. So that's really great. I also can double check that I've got correct comma uses. And that's how we would go about using cups and arms to improve our writing.